Hello everyone. This is Ayana's Lens and you're watching my first video. This will just be a vlog on my experience to Knoxville, Tennessee for the National Society of Black Physicists Conference. So this clip was just me on my way to the airport, and this is me getting on my first flight. All my flights were Delta, and first stop was ATL. So I had a slight layover in ATL, and then after that, got on the next plane. It was also Delta, but you see American plane, but it was a Delta flight, and headed over to Knoxville. So the flight, as you can see from this, the sky was gorgeous. It was pretty calm, pretty peaceful. I kind of enjoyed this travel day, even though I had a lot of just layovers and downtime. And this flight, believe it or not, was only 28 minutes, not even 30. And this is me arriving to the hotel. Stayed at the Marriott Knoxville. It was a nice hotel. It was very nice, very nice. They don't have slippers, but beyond that, it was nice. So yeah, I was on the 6th floor. It was a overall nice view, but there wasn't really much to look at. But it was still nice, can't complain. This was my room. And, it's pretty nice. You really cannot complain. It's nice. It kind of gave a luxury feel, which I was kind of surprised about, but it was really nice. And the bathroom, I think, was the very best part. The bathroom was very nice to me. It was great lighting. But yeah, this is the next day, and this is me on my way, or us, since I was on a charter bus, to the Oak Ridge National Laboratory. If you don't know, it's like a physics facility. They do a lot of things there. They have the world's fastest supercomputer. They got some other things that I can't really think of. A graphite reactor. Yeah. So, and I was here with the National Society of Black Physicists, of course, as I said. And this was not really the whole campus, but a good amount of the campus, kind of like the center. So that first building was like the welcome center, and then you got, a ton of other things around it. This is that supercomputer I was talking about, Frontier. I don't really remember much of the facts because this isn't really my field, but really fast, really cool. Apparently it's available for public use. If you have like a really big file or simulation you need to run, you just put in your request and you can just run it, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. This was the previous world's fastest supercomputer at some point in time. A Summit, which was extremely loud. Surprisingly, Frontier was very quiet, but very, very loud computer. This quote, I thought it was nice. Thought it was cute. Please pause on it. This was like that building for the supercomputer, and this was that Welcome Center building, and it was kind of like the history of the lab itself. I thought it was pretty cool. Again, picture of the campus, see the sun is setting now, time to leave. Me personally, overall, had a pretty good experience at the laboratory. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to, or like travel to as many things as I wanted to, but overall, great experience. Learned about some internship opportunities as well as career opportunities when that time comes. I'm an astrophysics major, so this lab, they have like astronomy stuff, physics stuff, of course, but not particularly much in my field, which is fine, but you can always experience new things. You never know what you might learn or see. But yeah, this was us leaving. Overall, pretty good day though. I cannot complain. After this, what was after this? Oh, well, yeah, you see that Welcome Center again. And then that sign. But after this, headed back to the hotel, chilled for a bit. And you can see, I don't remember what this is called. I know it's like a big thing for Knoxville. Don't remember what it's called. Tried to go up there, but apparently you have to pay for it. And it was a whole to-do. And I was like, you know what, forget it. But apparently there's like a restaurant up there and whatnot. It's like a few floors. I didn't think it was that big, but apparently it's that big. This is like another angle of the hotel. So it was also kind of connected to another hotel called... Okay, sorry. My voice kind of gave up on me there. But this was another hotel called the Tennessean, if I'm not mistaken. Apparently, it's like apartments in there as well, but it very nice lobby. It was very cute in there. They're like connected, the Marriott and this hotel, or condo living. I'm not completely sure. I didn't really, care to inquire, but it's very cute, very cute, very cute. And I'm gonna assume it was not expensive based on the vehicles, but we love that. We love that. Also, both of these were literally damn near across the street from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. So I can only imagine how much business they get being next to that school. And of course, because it's a big school, you got parents coming all the time. They're making bank. But yeah, there was also like, I think a military ball going on this weekend as well, because there were a lot of people in military service. I was talking to one man, he was very drunk, but we had a cute little conversation. Oh, he was like, I'm in the military, I'm active, this and that. Cute little conversation. It was funny because he was very much drunk, but as you can see, the lobby, very cute, very nice. And yeah, this was kind of my view. This was like, I think at the elevator though, more so, less of my view. But still, as you can see, not much. It's definitely not a city. I didn't really know what kind of city Knoxville was before coming, but getting there, I'm like, yeah, this is a more suburban feel, city adjacent kind of vibe. Like, you don't really get the big high rises or anything like that. You get a lot of stores, stuff, but nothing too city like. I'm originally from Philadelphia, so I'm used to like that kind of big city feel. So when it comes to going to places like this, it's like, this is very different. And this is supposed to be like the downtown area. Not saying that this was specifically, but I think even at one point we did kind of go through the downtown area and it just didn't look like a downtown. But yeah, this is on our way to the actual University of Knoxville. It was a cute little walk, pretty cute, pretty serene. I thought like the area itself is really nice. It's really nice. It's really serene, pretty clean. It's clean as, but pretty clean enough. I thought the campus was really nice though. It wasn't extremely modern, but it definitely wasn't dated. Didn't look like it was made in the early 1600s or anything of the sort. But it was a pretty nice campus. Even just from the outside, looking at certain buildings or like certain architecture, it was very nice. It had that kind of greenery aspect, which you don't see at certain universities. Sometimes it's just like building. Get rid of all the trees, all the grass. So I think it was nice to have that as well. Kind of feel like it makes you a bit happier seeing all that green, not just gray. Yeah, this is inside our first building. This was for like our women's panel and some of our other sessions. After this clip, it'll be the women's panel with Dara Norman, Clarice Phelps, and Zelda Gills. So I kind of inserted like what they said. So we're gonna cut to that.
Being where you are, whatever school you went to, whatever family you were born into, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Because there is a lesson to be learned in every step that you have taken to get to the place where you are right now. And so even though, and I've gone all over the country talking about intentional legacy building. Like, what are you doing intentionally to make sure that what you leave behind to somebody is worthy of them to pick up and carry forward?
So I just really wanted to include that because I thought it was a pretty powerful message. Especially kind of like the first part, like you're always where you're meant to be. And me personally, since I am a Christian, I always think I'm where God wants me to be. And of course, we have our ups and downs. Sometimes we do things we're not supposed to do, go down paths we're not supposed to go down. But at the same time, if you have a divine plan for your life, there's nothing you can do to alter that, to change that, unless you just completely, throw God away and just say, But regardless, still, you can't really change what God's plan for you. But yeah, I really wanted to include that one. You know, the other ladies, they did say some good stuff as well, but I didn't record everything at the right time. So that was like the only thing I was really able to get. And also another thing that she said was that legacy, leaving that legacy, and I think that's very important as well. But yeah, so as you can see, this is like some of the different sessions I went to, about all kinds of different topics. I don't really want to get into anything because I don't want to say anything wrong, but they're all pretty interesting, pretty learning. I mean, pretty good learning opportunity. This is also the campus is outside of that building on a different side. As I said before, very nice campus, very beautiful campus, very calm campus as well. For it to have been a Saturday, very, very calm. No, probably looks different Saturday night, but it was very calm. Um, but yeah, it was really nice. It was very walkable as well. As you can see, it's behind two students, but very walkable. Even being next to like a major road like that, it wasn't like I was like, oh, am I gonna get hit? Am I like no? And I feel like that's kind of the vibe in certain cities and certain places. But yeah. Anyways, but very nice campus, very, very big, as you can see. Because if you go to, I think it was to my right, it's the stadium. If you go to your left, you get more academic buildings. I don't recall ever going by any kind of dormitories, which is kind of interesting, but I don't know, maybe I didn't notice. This was also a little park on the way back to the hotel. As I was saying, everything was pretty walkable. So this was the walk from the University of Tennessee back to the Marriott. Very nice. There's a railroad or railway that kind of runs through there, which I thought was pretty interesting. I did record that as well. But I thought this was really nice. I think, honestly, it's really calm, really peaceful. Great place to retire, it seems. But yeah, this is that railway I was talking about. Kind of just open, which I thought was kind of interesting. You can just walk on, but I don't know. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. This is another angle of that statue that I cannot remember the name of. But yeah, of course, this was in November, so you got the fall colors, the fall leaves, the fall vibes, very beautiful. And I know I keep saying it, but I feel like as you get more angles, you just really see that. These were the poster sessions, and I came at a time where no one was in there because everyone was still on the University of Tennessee campus. But these are some of the posters. I kind of went down the aisle that didn't have many posters, and from what I was told, some people like they put them up, then took them back down, or they took them with them, and then we're gonna put them back up later. So some of these are a little gappy. So sorry about that, but I didn't know that they were like putting them up, taking them down, all that kind of stuff. Not really sure how that worked, but yeah, these were the posters. I did end up coming back a little later in the day to actually speak with some people about their posters because I took some pictures of something that seemed a bit interesting. I'm like, tell me a bit more about that. So it was someone from the University of Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, and chatted with him about his poster. It's pretty cool. Can't complain. I do always think it's good. Yeah, I had to cut that off because my cat decided, I don't know. But I think it's pretty cool to talk to people about their research and understand, like, well, how did you get here? Because the end all be all for me is kind of to go to grad school. So to be able to talk to someone that's in grad school and be like, hey, what kind of research do you do? How do you like living there? What's it like for a prospective student? You know, that kind of thing. So I think it's really great to be able to talk to people in that kind of setting. This is also kind of right near the hotel. That's the Tennessean that I was talking about. That, you know, large building you see it at the top. This was like a little bridge, you know, rainbow bridge. I don't know. It was just kind of like off the side. I thought it was pretty nice. Weren't doing anything, so I thought, why not walk it? Or walk around kind of like that park area, kind of get, you know, some time alone. Yeah, I was feeling a bit drained since all these social interactions, like every kind of session, every kind of event, everything we did was a bit, you know, social, talk to people, go up to people, make conversation, make connections, which, don't get me wrong, is not a bad thing, but when you're doing that from like 8 a.m. till 9 p.m., it gets a bit draining. So I kind of enjoyed that time to myself alone to just, sit, walk around, listen to music, listen to the birds chirp, just be in nature, be refreshed, renewed. So yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. Also, it wasn't that cold, so it's pretty comfortable. But yeah, so overall, I think the trip was very nice. I did enjoy my time at the conference. I made, some really good connections, met a good amount of people. I made more connections with people that were like faculty, staff, researcher kind of vibes, but not really as much on the student scale. Made about two, kinda, and so I don't know. But yeah, I made about two connections with people that were my age. I guess maybe I was more so focused on kind of making those professional connections that are like, hey, I want to apply for this internship. Oh, I remember I met you here. Like, can you give me any tips or tricks? Hey, I want to apply for this graduate school. I know you went here, or I know you know someone that went here, or I know you're going through the process, whatever. Give me some tips. Hey, how did you do this? How did you get here? Who do you know? Who did you talk to? Oh, you work for NASA? How did you get there? What do you do? What was your pathway? What was your bridge? So I think because I was asking a lot of questions like that and meeting people, or meeting people for that purpose mostly, as well as, just meet people, know who you are. Because I don't really know a lot of people that are in my field that look like me. So this was kind of like my first experience being around just a plethora of people who look like me. So I got to really ask those questions from like a person of color's perspective, from a woman's perspective, so just that general thing was really good. So I think that's kind of why I kind of lacked those my age kind of connections, because like, well, I'm going through it also, so I already know, which isn't exactly the mindset, but I I don't know. I think that might have been where my head was at. Don't get me wrong. I did have conversation with many people that were my age, but not really as many like, oh, what's your LinkedIn's? Or, oh, let's schedule a time to talk later. Like, didn't really have as much as those. I also went, so there was like a table session. So you had like a NASA table, a Fermilab table, a Los Alamos table. So, place like that. And that's also where I built a lot of connections, or try to interact with a lot more people, since that's kind of, hey, I'm going to you for information. What can you tell me about your company? What can you tell me about your internship programs for any of the schools? There were some universities there. What can you tell me about your grad program? What do you have? What do you offer? How many people do you take in? How would I fit in there? What would that be like? What's the cost of living like? Like, asking all of those questions, because you normally don't really get that opportunity. And if you do, it's mostly through like email. You don't really get that face-to-face interaction. So I definitely use the most out of like being able to talk to people in person, because I rather talk to people like that. Zoom is better than email, but I rather see you face to face, be able to kind of read your body language, if that makes sense. Because, sometimes you can't tell, okay, maybe they don't want to answer that. Or, okay, maybe they aren't feeling. And I rather just get that so I can ask my questions, move along. Oh, maybe you're a bit more welcoming. Maybe I can ask you for your LinkedIn so we can, continue this conversation. And some people, they don't really want to have a continued conversation, or they don't really want to talk to you that much. And that is perfectly okay. But, it's about putting your first foot forward. If that makes sense. I know that was a bit of a ramble, but that's kind of why I added this, so I could, just talk through it. Anyways, after this was like the last lunch session. It was a fairly good talk. He gave his kind of full life story, and it was very interesting to hear. This is that convention center that the talk was at, and this is me on my way to the airport, gonna go back to campus. So yeah, so it was the same thing as coming back to Atlanta, then from Atlanta up to North Carolina, and you can see that little 30-minute trip. Not really enough time to watch anything, so it's just music and listening. I got back at 12 a.m., which was not great pertaining to the fact that I had class in the morning, but Yeah, so this was me on my trip to Knoxville, Tennessee with the National Society of Black Physicists. Thanks for watching.